Hey guys, this is lesson 7-6, factoring quadratics where a is not equal to 1. I'm on page 308 in your book, so I'm going to do some examples. The most important thing to do when you're trying to factor these, when you see a number here, or if you see an x attached to the number at the end, you want to make sure that you factor out anything you can. Just double check that there's nothing you can divide out of everything. So 15x squared, negative 10x, and negative 5. We can divide all of those by 5. And that leaves me with 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. And then just to double check that you got them correct, 5 times 3x squared is 15x squared. 5 times negative 2x is negative 10x. And 5 times negative 1 gives me negative 5. All right, now I can factor what's remaining. And the first thing we want to do is we want to take the term that's here for A and the term that's here for C and multiply them. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And then we want the factors of negative 3 that add up to negative 2. So 1 and 3 can make 2. Since I want it to be negative 2, my 3 is going to be the negative number. Okay, so then I can do my box. And I put this first term in the first box, the last term in the last box, and then I want to put one of these here and one of these here. But it's not 1 plus negative 3, it's 1x plus negative 3x makes negative 2x. So 1x and negative 3x. And then you just take the factors of each of those. So what does 3x squared and negative 3x have in common? So for this one, we can take out 3x. 1x and negative 1 just have a 1 in common. 3x squared and 1x are just x. And negative 3x and negative 1 is negative 1. So when you go to write these, this is one factor, this is another factor, and you also have the 5. So 5 times 3x plus 1 times x minus 1. This is the whole answer. And if I was to go and multiply all of this together again, I would get that 15x squared minus 10x minus 5 that I started with. All right. 10 has 35x squared, 17x, and 2. So I know I can't factor anything because neither of these is divisible by 2. So I need to just, since I can't factor anything, you do A times C, which is 70, and find the factors of 70 that add up to 17. And it's 7 times 10. I know there's a couple of other ones like 2 times 35 and stuff, but I know 7 times 10 is 70, and it adds up to 17. So then do your box. 35x squared and 2. And then I've got 7x and 10x makes 17x. 35x squared and 10x have 5x in common. 7x and 2 have nothing, so it's just 1. This is 7x, and this is just a 2. And then just double check. 5x times 7x is 35x squared. 1 times 7x is 7x. 5x times 2 is 10x. 1 times 2 is 2. Five x plus 1, 7x plus 2. Try to find one where I can actually divide, and let's see, those won't divide. There was a weird one I did that would divide. Okay, here we go. If I tried to factor this without taking the 4 out, I'll show you what happens. I'm on page 310, just number 23 here. So if I did 4 times 12, I'd get 48. And factors of 48 that add up to 16. Let's see, 1 and 48, 2, 24. 3 is times 16. 4 times 12 makes 48, and it does add up to 16. So then I try putting it in a box. I put 4x squared here and 12 here. And then I know 4 times 12 makes 16x, so 4x and 12x. And see, like, it looks like it's gonna work. This gives me 4x. This gives me 4. This gives me 4x. And this gives me 12. So it looks like it factors, but then look, 4x times 4x is not 4x squared, it's 16x squared. 4x times 4 isn't 4x, it's 16x. So you have to divide the 4 out first, and then you'll get the correct factors. So if I had divided this by 4 first, I would have gotten 4 times x squared plus 4x plus 3. So I just divided each of these by the 4. And then I would have been looking for the factors of 3 that add up to 4. Then it's just x plus 1, x plus 3. Which is kind of what I got here. Like 4 times x plus 1 gives you this 4x plus 4. 4 times x plus 3 gives you this 4x plus 12. But it just doesn't come out right unless you take the 4 out first. And then you'll get the correct factors here. So it's really important, anytime you see a number here or an x at the end, make sure if it has a greatest common factor that you divide it out. All right, if you guys have any questions, make sure you reach out. Have a good night.